global demand for pork is rising, and so are the challenges. Producers are under pressure to deliver healthier animals, more efficient production and reduced environmental impact. In this video, Pig Progress speaks with Dr. Sam Gerrard of Virginia Tech University and Winston Samuels, CEO of Maxx Performance, about how to improve gut health, nutrient absorption and growth performance, all while using fewer antibiotics.
Well, there's definitely a lot of challenges in modern swine production, but I do think one of the biggest ones would probably have to be swine health, right? So we're constantly dealing with the disease pressures in the industry, and so trying to combat these disease pressures, but also achieve our goal of developing pork in a sustainable and safe manner is number one on our priority list. And so I think it becomes one of the bigger challenges trying to balance those two facets. There can be a number of solutions to combating disease, right? We have traditional therapies like antibiotics and treatments, prophylactic-wise, but we also have some nutritional interventions, which I'm hoping we'll talk about a little bit later in the discussion. I like to think of the nursery as basically a big storm that all pigs go through inevitably at some point in their lives, right? And this storm is really defined by a number of stressors, right? So we have stressors coming from taking pigs away from their dams, and then we have nutritional stressors, right? Moving these piglets from sow's milk to a concentrate diet. And then we have commingling and potentially transport stressors, right? And so all these come together really at the perfect time, which is weaning, which is what makes it so challenging for swine producers and professionals in the industry. Yeah, so a lot of producers are facing challenges with zinc oxide and in-feed antibiotics because they're becoming more and more restricted, right? So specifically over in Europe, but also in the United States, we're dealing with regulatory pressures to try and limit the amount of in-feed antibiotics and zinc oxide in general. And so I look at that as kind of taking away tools from producers, and so we need to work on the research side to try and give some tools back to producers in a sustainable manner that the public looks favorably on. Yeah, so one of the biggest benefits to microencapsulation is really the ability to protect some of these ingredients that we are microencapsulating. So instead of being subject immediately to low pH, digestive enzymes, and physical degradation in the proximal part of the GI tract, we can move these feed additives distal in the GI tract to hopefully have more of an impact where we need these additives. Potentially distal in the gut where we have more microbial pressure and whatnot. So that's really the big benefit of microencapsulation of some of these feed additives. So we were actually able to feed a microencapsulated zinc oxide product alongside a medium chain fatty acid product, and we saw that our microencapsulated zinc actually increased but not only body weight but also average daily gain and gain to feed over a 28-day feeding study in the nursery phase. And so that allowed us to keep these pigs a little heavier, which helped us out on the back end of the nursery phase when these pigs go into the grower.
Our company, Maxx Performance, utilizes this technology to deliver nutrients. We're talking about delivering less but be able to capture more on the nutrition side. For example, with zinc oxide, which has low bioavailability, whereby typically the dose rate is 3,000 parts per million, we're able now to include 300 parts per million, which is a tenth of what was normally done. We're doing the same thing with our copper, that is, which means you're getting a higher growth rate, you're getting better feed efficiency, quicker time to market, less diarrhea, less mortality, and guess what? Less excreta. You're talking about something that's much better for the environment. This is what we intend to do, and we intend to capture that along the way.